So I'm going to talk about something that to me is probably one of the most destructive things is guilt. And there are different types of guilt, but no guilt is good. None. It is definitely probably one of the biggest destroyers to, your well-being mentally, your self-portrait and your just overall mental state, really, because it is so destructive, and it can be. And like I said, there's different types of guilt. I'm going to start with the one that probably causes the most harm, is unwarranted guilt. And guilt by definition is causing harm to another person. That's the definition. So if you feel guilty for something that you had no part in, that's unwarranted guilt. And you need to get rid of it, please, because it is not healthy and it is not good for you. And it will eat you alive. I mean, it is so destructive. And I don't want anybody to feel that. It's ugly and it's not necessary. And you don't deserve it. If you didn't do anything wrong to cause the harm to somebody, why do you feel guilty? You shouldn't, right? Well, I put something on the website. I'm going to put the link on this video. If you need to work on removing the guilt, all of the answers are on my website on the page that I put the link to. I hope you'll use it, because you know what? You don't deserve to feel guilty, and you shouldn't feel guilty for things that you didn't do. Even, and here's the thing, even if you did cause harm to somebody, and we all do it, we hurt each other all the time. It happens, it's part of life, we're human. But you shouldn't feel guilty about it. What you should do is go through the process of, releasing all the feelings about it. Number one, apologize. Absolutely apologize to the person. Don't try to justify it. Simply say, I apologize for blah, 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 blah. I'm sorry that I caused you harm. That's it. Don't try to justify it. Don't give an excuse, because that will water down your apology. Trust me. The person that you hurt, if they start hearing justifications, they're not going to believe that you're sincere. Plain and simple. And it's super simple to apologize for what you did. Make sure you state what you did when you say, I'm sorry. Don't just say, I'm sorry. That's a BS apology right there. And nobody wants one of those. Trust me. State what you did and that you're sorry for doing it. Period. End of story. Don't justify. Don't give an excuse. Nothing. Just that. And then what you need to do is you need to think about what you did and find a lesson, because there's a lesson in there. And I always say this, lessons are positives. If you can learn a lesson from what you did to hurt somebody, if you learn that lesson, you're a better person. And then you need to release the bad feelings about yourself for doing what you did. And by learning the lesson, you will do that kind of automatically. But if you need to say it to yourself, just say you're sorry to yourself and release the bad feelings towards yourself and move on. Don't carry it forward. You don't need to feel guilty. You did something that you shouldn't have done, maybe, that hurt somebody, and you apologized for it. And you learned a lesson. You're a better person. That simple.